Just Imagine, a podcast series by Imagine Theatre.
Hello again and welcome to episode 103 of the Just Imagine podcast series. And for the third year, we're back at the UK Pantomime Association Awards, which for 2025 are here in Woking.
For more information, go to their website at www.imaginetheatre.co.uk.
Now, in the last episode, I was joined by two of the best dames in the business, Ian Lachlan and Eric Potts, for the first in an occasional series looking at the stock pantomime characters. Now, don't worry if you missed that or any of the other previous episodes, they are all still available, so make sure you check them out, and while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to the series so that you don't miss any future episodes. So this time, I'm excited to say we are here at the New Victoria Theatre in Woking to take you behind the scenes at this Star-Spangled Annual Awards event, being staged as part of a new sponsorship partnership with Trafalgar Entertainment and ATG Entertainment. And it's going to be hosted by Elaine C. Smith, Dave Benson Phillips and Lavoie. Plus this year there will also be special guest performances from Anita Harris, Basil Brush, Kevin Cruz and James Leahy. Well, let's start with the chairman of the UK Pantomime Association, Simon Sladen. Good to see you again.
Hello, yeah, I know. Here we are again, another year, and we just get bigger, better, bolder, more extravagant, and it's just so exciting to be here to recognise excellence in panto.
There are so many changes, though, that have happened over the 3 or 4 years, but this year, more than ever, there's new awards, new venue. It's growing, isn't it?
Growing in essence of reflecting what the industry is like today, growing as a result of feedback, but also from the support that we've got from the companies, from all of our nominees over the years, and this year having a wonderful array of sponsors, and of course working with ATG and Trafalgar Entertainment Group has just been a dream and has secured the future of the awards in a way that we could never have dreamed of when we set out, over 4 years ago thinking, can we pull this off? Is there going to be appetite for it? We've been so overwhelmed with requests for interviews, BBC, local news. Everybody's embraced these, and what's wonderful now is that we're introduced as, the internationally recognised, the industry recognised Pantomime Awards, giving pantomime the recognition it deserves and helping to celebrate it and to explain and explore all that skill, all that craft, all of that expertise that's out there.
And one of the key things every year is to remember those that we've lost in the previous year, and there will be a tribute in the evening's performance tonight, but also one very special award in memory of Nigel Ellicott.
Yeah, Nigel was such a big supporter of us and was, part of many of our events. I was lucky enough to interview him for one of our, after-show discussions. And we really wanted, he was Mr. Panto. He supported so many people in the industry, getting into the industry. He was always there, such a champion and a guru and an expert. We wanted to honour and mark that in some way. And so we've created the Nigel Ellicott Special Recognition Award for Pantomime History, Tradition and Heritage to, in his name, honour those people that absolutely champion those traditions, those heritages. And it will be incredibly beautiful to do it here in Woking, where he did his last panto. For me, it's also special because it's where I saw my first panto, and it's wonderful that his husband, Andrew, is going to present that award tonight. So it's going to be a touching moment, but what a great way to mark such a remarkable man.
Absolutely. It's an enjoyable evening for everybody. It's not just about the winners or the nominees, it's about gathering the industry together, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and we're all here. Of course, panto season, there's no time to all see each other, get together. But it's so fantastic that we've got so many nominees here. We've got so many people that participated this year. Their production might not have had a nomination, but they've come to support, to be part of it. So it's going to be such a celebration. And we do just keep growing. We've got a much bigger venue this year here at the New Victoria Theatre Woking. We're here talking before the ceremony, people walking the red carpet, meeting up, celebrating. It's all begun, and we've got a show to get through, and we've got the party after, so it's going to be an amazing night.
Have a great night, and thank you for talking to us again.
Thank you so much, Martin.
Well, they've got the very best hosts this year. For this particular year, Amongst others is Elaine C. Smith, who is an absolute pantomime legend. How are you?
Legend, Jimmy, legend. Just thrilled to be here and thrilled to see so many amazing people, and I'm just quite honoured to be asked to co-host with the guys. So it's been great, and to come down and do this is just amazing.
So what does pantomime mean to you?
Well, I'll probably talk a wee bit about it later on, but I came from classically trained drama school, where pantomime was sort of looked down upon as a lesser art form and things like that, and you sort of absorb that a bit as an actor until you realise how few people can do it. And I also realise it's our other national theatre, that there are elements of, whether it's the RSC or the National, or anything, all within Panto. And that it is a time of year when our theatres are all full. And that the audience will tell you stuff. And so for me, in many ways, it's been a sort of humbling journey to go, actually, it is a real gift to be able to be part of it, but also to be able to do it, and do it to what we played to 105,000 people or something this year, and to work with amazing performers as well. So it's a time of the year where light and joy and laughs go out to a big audience, and boy, do we need that now in the world we live in.
And the great thing about pantomime is that it's different wherever you go.
Yes.
It has to relate to your audience, doesn't it? And nowhere more so than in Scotland.
Oh, in Glasgow, Jerry Kelly, the late Jerry Kelly used to say, pantomime is a celebration of local culture. And nobody in Glasgow cares what's happening in Edinburgh or Aberdeen and vice versa, or Kilmarnock or Motherwell or all those places where shows are going on, because it's about that audience in that theatre and catering to it. That doesn't mean you lessen it. That doesn't mean you have to talk down to people or whatever, or it means that the local language and dialect and phrases and places that doesn't get the airtime on national television or stuff like that. Actually, that sense of place really, really matters. Whether you're in Woking or whether you're in the Palladium in London, or you wouldn't put a Glasgow panto on in the Palladium or in Woking. You wouldn't put a Palladium panto on in Glasgow. Because audience expectations are very different. But that's one of the joys of it for me.
Well, listen, have a fabulous evening.
Thank you, my darling.
Looking forward to it, and thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, the man who's got to control tonight, the producer of the whole event, is Sam Munday-Webb, and you've learnt every year, but it's a different venue again this year, isn't it?
Same concept, different venue, but we adapt and change. Glorious foyer, which is perfect for kind of pre and post show reception, and I have to say, as ever, the venue teams here are just marvellous. Able to adapt and put together a show on in one day is a challenge. They rise to the challenge, as do the entire team we've got on board, which is great.
I'm delighted as well to say that obviously she had to pull out last year because she had an injury, but Anita Harris is with us.
Anita Harris is with us, and she is the most loveliest lady ever. She's an absolute dreamboat. She's wonderful. She's doing a song for us this evening. She's actually our first performer. She'll set the classiness of the tone for the evening before, I'm sure, the crowd descend into utter chaos.
Does it get easier each year?
It does. I'm very lucky that my partner Alicia, who's our production manager, she is absolutely amazing, my rock, and she makes sure everything runs smoothly. But yeah, it's you learn year on year about how to make things better and adapt and change, and really exciting that we've obviously got the deal with ATG and Trafalgar Entertainment, which will ensure the longevity of the awards for longer, and their support is truly valuable to us.
And there's great buzz around the place already, isn't there? I mean, this is one of the joys of this. It's not just about the winners, it's about the gathering of the whole industry in one place.
Absolutely. We can't meet at Christmas, so this is our party in the year, and what a party it's going to be.
Look forward to it, Sam. I know you're busy, so I'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, we spoke on the podcast not too long ago to Ben Goffe, who's nominated this year as Best Comic. How does that feel?
It's mad, Martin. It is crazy that it was my first time as principal comic, and to be nominated with such a great company, it's amazing. I absolutely had a ball in Swindon, and everybody actually was saying in the panto, "Oh, you're going to get nominated." I was like, "No," and yet here we are. So it's crazy. And what's great is that Eleanor Burke and Sophie Hurst, who are our sisters, they're nominated as well, which is so great. So we've got 2 nominations.
That's the sign of a great show, isn't it?
Exactly. And we just had so much fun on that stage in Swindon this year. So it's really nice to be nominated this year. If we win, even better. If not, we've just had a lovely time.
And I said to you before, you brought your old man with you.
Yes, my dad and my brother is here as well. Yep. My mum unfortunately can't make it. She's busy examining today. So I've got my dad along, I've got my brother along. So yeah, it's so nice to have them here with us.
Well, it's rather fitting actually that you should have your family with you, because in a way this whole evening is about family, the Panto family.
It is, and that's what I love about the Pantomime Awards. We all come together to celebrate pantomime. And yeah, it's just so nice to bump into people who I haven't seen for a number of years. You know, I've seen a guy called Tucker, who is an amazing comic, and I done one of my very first pantos with Tucker. And he's like, "Oh, I can't believe this was 20 odd years ago now." So yeah, it's so nice to meet up with people, and as you say, celebrate the magic of pantomime.
Well, all the best. I hope it goes well for you tonight. Thank you so much for talking to us again.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you.
Well, the head of the show, the very first performer tonight, is a panto legend, in fact an entertainment legend. Anita Harris, how are you?
I am so well and so happy to be here. This melee of voices that you can hear, it's the excitement of being together. I think pantomime just draws fellowship from every corner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so to be here, to say hi to everybody, to say thank you for all the years that I've enjoyed pantomime. So I'm sending love, I really am, to please support theatre and support pantomime and jolly hockey sticks.
Well, do you know, so many people were talking last year about how disappointed they were because you were supposed to be there in Guildford, but you had an injury, didn't you?
I did, my darling. I had an argument with a buggy. So I fractured my pelvis, but I'm fine now. I'm doing my exercises and thanking God that I'm back.
So what are you going to treat us to this evening?
Ah, that's a surprise.
Are we going on a Tutney bus ride?
Oh, do it now. We're going on a Tutney bus ride.
And pantomime for you, it's been throughout your career, but some of the very biggest at the Palladium back in the 60s particularly.
Yes. I think when I look back at the talented, beautiful people that I've worked with, I'm actually working on a pantomime book now, and I want to give them all credit, because without them we don't learn. And so, you know, it's a beautiful style that pantomime gives, and we have to nurture it, don't we?
We certainly do.
Yeah.
Listen, have a fabulous evening, and thank you so much.
Lots of love, darling.
Panto legends everywhere you turn this evening. One in particular who has a special role this evening is Andrew Ryan. How are you?
I'm very good. It's very crowded and it's quite hot, but it's very exciting.
It certainly is. I mean, you're no stranger to these awards, but tonight is a special evening in a way, isn't it? Because you're going to be handing over a very important award.
Yes, I'm sort of handing the baton on. So I'm presenting a new award in Nigel Ellicott's honour. Nigel Ellicott, who died last year, and that there's a special new award in his honour that I am handing over to an organisation and person I cannot divulge at this moment. But I've seen that they're here, so it's all right, won't be embarrassing.
You failed to say Nigel Ellicott, your husband.
My husband, a partner of 40 years, and latterly, when we were allowed, my husband.
So, Panto is obviously very important to the two of you. How does it feel to actually pass on that award this evening?
Well, I think it'll be very nice. A little sad, but it's going to someone or an organisation and people he worked with and he knew, and it seems the most appropriate people to get this award for the first time, so it's kind of close to home, which is nice. So it's nice to pass it on to the right person for the first ever time.
And what about Panto for you? What does it mean to you? Because I've lost count of the number of years that you've been doing it.
So have I. I think I've done Dame for maybe, I can't remember. It's like about 30 years I've done Dame. And it's a huge part of my year because I get booked early, so I shuffle my entire year around it and try and get other theatre work or whatever. But I already know what I'm doing this year. I don't know what I'm saying, what I'm singing, but I know where I am, and I am also directing, and I know where that is too.
So why is it so important to you?
Like Nigel, it means everything. It does, because it's the time of year, it's a magical show, and you don't get those. You don't get to tell fairy stories where people will accept the ridiculous and the absurd, and they accept it for what it is, and they're amused by the naughty bits, and the children love the magic bits. And it is that very specific genre of theatre and entertainment that is nowhere else, and it is a hugely special thing, you know. And I've just seen someone I know of. I've seen loads of people I know. You know, when you see people you know, anyway, yes. So it does mean the world to me, and that's why. And it meant absolutely the world to Nigel. It was completely his life. Everything, he sort of lived and breathed it all year. A pantomime Dame is not just for Christmas.
It's going to be an emotional evening for you, I'm sure, but nevertheless, have a great night.
I will.
And thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, you have a great night too.
Organising this event has been another mammoth task, with 52 judges visiting 216 venues, watching more than 496 performances, each scoring the shows across awards categories in line with marking criteria that's been developed in consultation with industry experts. And this year there are 22 categories, and Imagine Theatre has 11 nominations. Well, one of the real stars of tonight who's going to be performing is somebody I've been watching most of my life, Basil Brush. How are you?
I'm extremely well, thank you. I'm so excited because this is the very first Pantomime Awards I've ever attended. I've done 50 years of pantomime, and this is the first time I've come here. And I didn't realise it was so big. There's so many famous people, and I'm the shortest person here, so lots of big fans are around.
And you've dressed up for the occasion as well.
Well, you can't have enough sparkle when it comes to pantomime, so I've got to out-sparkle everybody who comes here. And I think I'm doing a jolly splendid job.
And who's looking after you?
Well, I've got Mr. Martin, who I've done 11 years of pantomime with at the wonderful Theatre Royal Windsor. He's been with me for 11 years now, and I'm hoping several other misters, like I've just seen Mr. Tucker, the comedian who's down at the Eastbourne Theatre. He used to look after me as well. He was my right-hand man for a number of years, and he's actually stood behind you saying, "Mention more of me," but He's taught me everything I know. Well, actually, no, I taught him everything he knows.
Well, listen, have a great night, Basil. We're looking forward to seeing what you can do on the stage tonight. You're going to blow the audience away.
Well, I'm not going to blow them away. I'm going to boom them away, I hope. And also, best of luck to all of those that have been nominated.
One of the earliest awards presented this year is an Imagine Award for the ensemble from Halifax for Peter Pan. How are you guys?
Yes,
yeah, we're feeling good. Yeah.
Introduce yourself first of all.
I'm Jacob Stebbings.
I'm Nikki Schofield.
I'm Alana Pandit-Taratne.
And obviously there are some of you who can't make it tonight.
Yeah, James couldn't be here tonight, and also Ariel. They're just otherwise engaged for this evening, but this is all for them.
Tell us about the show, because the ensemble, it's a busy track in Peter Pan, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we didn't leave the stage that much. It was quite a busy one. It started as we were pirates that were just on a ship, and we turned into showbiz pirates with our jazz hands. But with that, there was many other tracks with that. So yeah, no, fabulous. It was a great show to do, wasn't it?
And you mentioned the director, Rob Marsden, of course. Eric Potts wrote the script. What a great team.
Absolutely. Super, super amazing team, Imagine Theatre, everybody who works for them. Eric's script was absolutely outstanding, that enabled us to win this, because it's true, we never left the stage. Whether we were mopping the floor, doing a comedy sketch, whether we were tap dancing pirates. Dressed as a dog. We had everything going on. And a crocodile. We had them all going on. And at Laura's choreography, the dancing was absolutely out of this world. We loved it so much, the dancing. It was just absolutely brilliant.
Great venue as well, the venue staff there, and the audiences just keep coming back because they love the pantos in Halifax, don't they?
Yeah, Victoria Theatre in Halifax is just like such a home, such a family experience. The team backstage are honestly unbelievable. We got along with them so well, and the team front of house also unreal. Like, we were all a team working together, and it was just fabulous. It's like a home to us because we're all from Yorkshire as well, so it was nice coming back home for Christmas.
I'm looking at the award. Of course, you only get one, so who gets to keep this?
I'm going to say no. I mean, you know, I'm the oldest one in the box. So I've been going around for a while, for a few years. I've been various fairies in pantomime and other characters, but then this time I've returned as ensemble. So it just goes to show that if you are approaching 40, as I am, and you're still trying to kick a leg, that it does happen for some people.
Well,
yeah.
do you know what? I was going to say you look the youngest one here.
Thank you.
Listen, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.
There is nothing like a dame. There is nothing like Anthony Stewart Hicks' dame at the Mercury Theatre in Colchester. And you are this year's recipient of the Christopher Biggins Award. How do you feel?
I'm absolutely gobsmacked, Martin. I'm gobsmacked. I drove down from Yorkshire today. I'm actually in a holiday cottage, and I drove down, left at 6 a.m, thinking this will be just a fabulous night with all my panto mates, just to celebrate this thing that we love, you know. I never ever thought I would win. I was in a category with something. They're just incredible, these guys. Brad, Matt, they're all brilliant. So to get it is a really lovely thing. You know, I'm hitting 30 years in panto this year, and I was really considering not doing it again because it's tough. You know what it's like. It's tough.
But you would never stop doing it.
I know. And I don't know what I'd do at Christmas. I just don't know what I'd do. Peel sprouts, maybe, but, you know.
But the Mercury in Colchester has such a fabulous reputation. And there's a mix tonight of produced shows externally and also in-house. And Colchester has such a great reputation. You've been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the audiences just keep coming back, don't they?
Yeah, they're incredible. I mean, we had 39,800 people come to see The New Adventures of Peter Pan. And it was just remarkable. And what is wonderful is that a lot of them are repeat bookers. So because we do some very, very naughty shows at the end of the run, we do 8 adult shows. And people who've brought their family throughout the run will then leave the kids at home and come back and see. That's unheard of for repeat bookings for a panto. But what we pride ourselves in, Dale and I, Dale Superville, who's been the comic there for 20 years, he can't be here tonight, is that every show needs to feel as though it is for the audience.
Yeah.
And that formula is the key to it all, I think. The minute it feels run in, we've lost them.
So where's this award going to sit?
I've got a place in my fabulously new decorated downstairs loo where this is going to go, where all my little fabby-dabby dolls are from Christmas. Yeah.
And every time you finish, you can flush with the success.
Exactly.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers, Martin. Thank you.
Amongst the other technical and creative awards, the award for Best Sound went to Kate Harvey for Imagine's Jack and the Beanstalk at the Gatehouse Theatre in Stafford, and it was collected on her behalf by Imagine's artistic director, Eric Potts.
I'm Eric Potts, artistic director of Imagine Theatre. I also act as associate producer on the pantos that Imagine produced for the fabulous Gatehouse in Stafford. Kate asked, should she win, that I pop up and collect the award for her. She's very sorry, but she's on a pre-booked family holiday somewhere that isn't Woking. And she said to say a huge thank you to the UKPA and say, as was mentioned earlier on by Leroy and Elaine, that just to be nominated was a great honour. She's one of the best sound designers in the business. We're thrilled that she's working with Imagine. We're thrilled that she's back at the Gatehouse this coming year for our production of Sleeping Beauty. Tickets are available now. Very much on behalf of Kate, I'll go and let her know that she's...
Well, an award now to a venue that's close to my heart, as you guys know. Well done to Little Wolf, to Morgan Brind and Alan Bowles. You must be delighted with this.
It's been a real surprise and a lovely one, actually, because we had a few other nominations from cast in that show. So Matt was up for Best Dame, Cara for Best Villain, and Emma won for Best Newcomer. And this feels like a tick of all of their work. So it's sort of like a collective win for the whole team, which is, as we know, Panto is definitely a team game.
Yeah. You pay tribute to the venue, again, which I know. It really is a family at Loughborough, isn't it? And everybody works together. It's not about one individual, it's about the whole team.
Absolutely, and it's, that they've been led by some great people, and Simon's, really continuing that brilliantly at the moment. I said it on stage, they bat so far above their weight. You don't think, when you hear Loughborough Town Hall, you don't really think of an award-winning pantomime, and here it is. And they try really hard to do everything they can to create a great show. It's why it's such a brilliant match, I think, with Little Wolf, because we do everything we can, and above and beyond what many people would think of as the sort of the usual spend, the usual effort to put into a panto. Everyone tries that little bit harder to make something really, really special. And Morgan puts in a big stint. He writes it, he designs it, he directed it. It's an incredible group effort, but it's credit to him and to the rest of the team for putting on a great show.
Yeah, and congratulations as well for the nomination for Ugly at Derby as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I never know quite how to feel being nominated for being ugly, but it is.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, I'll take it as such. I'm choosing to see the compliment in it. Yeah.
And just what is the thing about Panto for you? What is so good about Panto?
I keep going back to the fact that if you grow up near a good one, it sets you off feeling like a theatre is a space you want to go into, that's welcoming, that you want to spend time in. And, Panto, I think, has a responsibility. So anything we can do to make it the most captivating, interesting, exciting, challenging, accessible, funny form that we can should be happening. And, we were blessed in Loughborough that, your legacy carries on. You train that audience.
You're very kind.
But, you walk out on stage at Loughborough and, I played Dame there after you, and we had James, who's subsequently also won Best Dame, and now Matt. You're kind of handing the baton on year, and you train the audience how to have a good time, and hopefully we're keeping that going in our stint.
Do you know what? I've seen so many dames tonight, and it's obviously April now, and that means all the dames I've spoken to have got beards.
It's the season to let your chin rest, isn't it?
We have to book our promo dates around people's beard growth dates. Particularly, we have a couple of dames who do a bit of Shakespeare over the summer, and so we are literally going, what 2 weeks are you going to be not playing, full staff, and you're allowed to shave for a Panto photo shoot?
Listen, congratulations, delighted for you, and thank you for talking to us.
Thanks, Martin. Love to see you.
So, Loughborough Town Hall won the Best Pantomime for the venues in the 500 to 900 seat category with their production of Snow White. The other Best Pantomime Awards went to Dick Whittington and His Cat at the Greenwich Theatre, that was in the under 500 seat category, and Snow White at the Lyceum Theatre in Sheffield picked up the award in the over 900 seats category. Elaine C. Smith picked up the Outstanding Achievement Award, and some of the other winners included for Achievement in Inclusive Practice, He's Behind You, for Achievement in Innovation, Oxford Playhouse, and the Nigel Ellicott Special Recognition Award for Pantomime History, Tradition and Heritage went to the Brick Lane Music Hall. And don't forget, you can check out the full list of winners at pantomimeassociation.co.uk. Well, at the end of another fabulous evening of awards for so many different companies, Imagine had numerous nominations, picked up 2 awards in the end, and the joint CEOs, Sarah and Steve Bowden, you must be delighted.
Oh, Martin, it's an absolute thrill. The thing about the Panto Awards is the atmosphere in the room. You can't describe that atmosphere unless you're in there. The support and the love for each other, everybody clapping each other, it doesn't matter what company you work for, It doesn't matter what role you've done. It's the love in the room, and thrilled for our 2 award winners, the ensemble in Halifax and the sound, Kate in sound, and the team up in Stafford as well, who kept the sound going. It takes an army, as you know, and it was lovely to see an army supporting in the room tonight.
The Imagine team were there in large numbers as well. It's about the family, not just the Imagine family, but the Panto family, Steve.
That's right. Panto is all about family. It celebrates on stage and off stage, and we see ourselves as a community. It is hard work putting shows on at Christmas. The theatres, have to staff all of the productions. The producers have to find all the cast and the crew who are willing to disrupt their Christmases each year to provide entertainment for the nation. And I think you just sit in the room and you see those hundreds and hundreds of people who were there to celebrate, as Sarah says, the art of pantomime. It is a big event.
And so many people there were enjoying, but also venues were watching from afar, and it was nice to see, venues like Stafford, for instance, on social media celebrating the success. It was, the sound design, but the whole venue celebrates.
It absolutely is, and that's what we always say in these podcasts and across the pantosphere. It takes an army that you wouldn't realise existed unless you worked in the productions. And so for Stafford to win an award, for Halifax to win an award, that's not just a celebration of those that actually physically collected the award, but of every single person around them. And yes, there was 700 or 800 people in the room tonight, but the reality is it probably takes 70 or 80,000 people across the entire panto season to make it work. So we were there on behalf of everybody, celebrating what they had achieved over the season, and that's hard to describe unless you've been in the room. Martin, you were there with us, so you know what that feels like, but we were clapping every single producer, every single venue, every single nomination, because we know how much work it takes to make it happen.
And Steve, the actual ceremony seems to be growing and getting better and better every year with fabulous performers. It was just such a nice event.
It really was. I think what's fabulous is it's really legitimised over the years, and now this great partnership between ATG Entertainment and Trafalgar Entertainment really secures the future of the Panto Awards. They've got great venues in their portfolios. Pantomime is national. It'll be great to move the venues around the country to celebrate the art form in all corners. And I think what we need to take great credit for is the love that we get every time we talk about Panto, either on social media or in the public domain. It really has a place in British entertainment and should be celebrated. And as we've talked about many times, theatres probably wouldn't survive without Panto doing its business at Christmas. So yeah, I love it. It's been a fantastic night, and I think, as Sarah says, you can feel the energy in the room, you can feel our voices fading away, and looking forward to chatting to everybody tonight, and then reflecting tomorrow.
And a final word for the UK Pantomime Association, Sam Munday-Webb, and everybody involved in the judging process and the production of tonight's show, Sarah. They deserve a lot of credit.
Oh, they deserve an enormous amount of credit. Again, it's easy to dismiss things like awards and things like that and say, it's a gimmick or whatever, but it really isn't. The work that the UKPA put in behind the scenes, not just on the awards, but on driving the art form of pantomime forwards. They have symposiums, workshops. They're not afraid to ask the difficult questions that we all need to tackle. They're not afraid to be at the forefront of our art form. And as it's building and as it's growing, it's becoming more and more valuable. So to each and every one of the UKPA, we say thank you so much for a fantastic night, but also for all the work that you are doing.
And we'll see you back at the venue next year for the same event. Thank you both.
Thanks, Martin.
Thanks,
bye.
Martin. Have a great night.
And that's it for now from us all here in Woking at the 2025 UK Pantomime Association Awards. Congratulations once again to all of the nominees, the category winners, the hosts, Elaine C. Smith, Dave Benson-Phillips and Lavoie, the performers Anita Harris, Basil Brush, Kevin Cruz and Jamie Leahy, plus many thanks to the organisers, led by producer Sam Munday-Webb, for what has been another fabulous event. Once again, thanks to you for supporting this podcast series, and don't forget there are many more fabulous guests still to come, so make sure you subscribe now. And make sure you join me, Martin Ballard, for the next episode, when we'll have the latest in our occasional series looking at the popular pantomime titles. And this time, it's the turn of Puss in Boots.
Thank you for listening to the latest edition of Just Imagine, the podcast series from Imagine Theatre. And you can find out more by going to www.imaginetheatre.co.uk.